Anecdote number 28 from Zen is right here. Teaching Stories and Anecdotes of Shunryu Suzuki. Once in a lecture, Suzuki Roshi said, "Hell is not punishment. It's training." And so I heard him say that in 1967 at Sokoji, and I already did just a few before that. I was the one. Where somebody asked, "What is hell?" And he said, having to read aloud in English. And so I put this one a few later on purpose in the book, where it was a serious answer. And I pretty much said everything there is to say the other day that I have to say. And I'll just reiterate real quickly that this is the way I look at it, is that the concept of hell that people have got in mind and that the media promotes and that is all you ever hear about is that it's a place that is permanent and where bad people go. And I said that Fred String, the theologian, told me it's pagan. It is not out of the Judeo-Christian tradition, certainly not out of the judo part of it. But it's picked up. I mentioned about the minister who lost his 9/10 of his congregation because he switched from hellfire and brimstone to love and a positive approach. So the idea of hell really catches on. I think it's used naturally by religions and priests to keep people coming. Because this is so much of a repeat, I'm going to read you something I wrote. For some reason, I think this is germane to the conversation. It's called Eyes. As a new and impressionable student in the fall of 1966, I heard Suzuki give a lecture at Sokoji in which he said that once the eyes of Buddhism are on you, you can't escape them. That struck a strange chord in me since it so perfectly paralleled the school song of the University of Texas, The Eyes of Texas. The tune based on I've been working, to the tune, it says based on I've been working on the railroad. No, I'm going to change that to the tune of I've been working on the railroad. The eyes of Texas are upon you all the livelong day, boom, boom, boom. The eyes of Texas are upon you. You cannot get away, boom, boom, boom. Do not think you can escape them. From night till early in the morning, boom, the eyes of Texas are upon you till Gabriel blows his horn. And, they sing that at the football games, and then all the guys kiss the girl or something. Oh, no, that's the Texas Aggies. All the guys kiss the girl when they kiss their date when they score a touchdown. Anyway, Gabriel blows his horn at the end of the world according to biblical lore. So many more Texans can sing this song than the less catchy state song, Texas, Our Texas. A lot of Texans think it is the state song. I grew up in Texas being brainwashed by this song, among other insidious messages such as bigger is better. It is possible this is the last song President Kennedy heard before he was assassinated, sung by a group of innocent-looking school children in my hometown of Fort Worth. It's been used in a long list of movies, including Elvis Presley's Viva Las Vegas. As for me, it could be effectively used to ramp up the paranoia of a horror movie. I liked Texas and growing up in Texas, but I was eager to get out as soon as I could, and I did at the age of 19. I'd escaped the clutches of the eyes of Texas, and after a couple of years in other parts, had found refuge in the San Francisco Zen Center. And then one of the first lectures that I heard the Zen master of this Zen temple give was about how once the eyes of Buddhism are on you, you cannot escape them. He laughed and laughed, repeated it, rephrased it, and went on, but he would return to that theme. I turned my head to look for an exit, but it was too late. It fit perfectly in the old mold. Something in me clicked. I sat up straighter, eyes glazed. Doubts vanished, and I nodded, smiling, awaiting this small Oriental man's next command. That is a piece that I have as for possible inclusion in the up-and-coming Tassajara stories. Although it didn't happen at Tassajara, it was sort of, me telling a little bit about how I got there. Although I read a lot about what happened to me getting there, so I've got too much for a book, so I'll probably cut all that stuff out and use it for something else. Anyway, that's what I have to say about Hell is Training. Hell is Training. Yeah, well, all our negative, unpleasant experiences are training us not to have them, to wake up. This has been a Cuke Audio mini podcast. I'm your host, DC, Poobah of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from Sleepy Sanur with Doga Bandita and Feline Cuchita, and soon with lovely dear Katrinka, as long as Qatar Airways doesn't cancel their flight. Wishing you and yours a grand awakening.